This is your brain on 30 FPS. Disgusting. Alright, so these are the settings for No Man's Sky, 1080p, and everything is at maximum and ultra. The FPS is on max as well. And VSync is off. Okay, so No Man's Sky on the PC. That little indie game that got marketed to shit like a AAA game. It's finally out on the PC and all that good stuff. So, there has been a large amount of people reporting various issues with this port. However, I do not have said issues. And I don't know, I think that for this release, if you intend on buying this for the PC, currently you're playing video game Russian roulette. No doubt they're gonna patch it, but right now you're playing Russian roulette. So, them's the breaks. So, for me, what happened was the game booted up and it defaults to 30 FPS, and I don't know why, but on 30 FPS there's constant hitches, constant drops. It looks and feels terrible. So once you go into the settings, turn everything to maximum, make sure VSync is off, because VSync was lowering my frame rate and also causing frame drops and slight stutters and freezes. VSync has never done this for me before on any other game, so I don't know why it's happening for this. Another little quirk is that if you have the FPS limited to anything that is not max, it will have stutters and it will not play that great because of the stuttering and all of that jazz. So I don't know why that's the case, but even when I record with fraps and limit the frame rate via fraps to 60, as long as I'm on maximum in the game, it's fine. It's bizarre, but either way, the game is running pretty smoothly for me, with a few hitches where it loads a few things here and there. I'm not using an SSD, so take that into consideration. The extent of my testing has been going into space stations, going to various different planets, and flying around space. By the way, the mouse and keyboard controls for space are really weird. Not at all comfortable for me personally. But my specs are as follows. I have Windows 8.1, I have a Titan X, I have 32GB of RAM, and I have an i7 5960X, which is probably overkill, but that's the kind of rig I'm running. And it seems to run at a pretty... When I'm on a planet, it runs between 90 FPS and 70 FPS, but you don't really notice the transition from 90 to 70 that much. So on a space station I'm getting 145 to 150 FPS give or take, and when I'm cruising around in my spaceship in space I'm getting 125. And when I'm just flying on a planet with my ship, it's about 80 to 90. Right now, I would definitely say you're playing Russian roulette if you decide to pick this up on PC. Some people it's going to be fine for, and some people it's absolutely not going to be okay. So, yeah. But for me personally, on my setup, my whole thing, it's running pretty fine. So, be cautious. Definitely be cautious. But also know that not everybody's experience with the PC version is going to be fucked or great. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.